Hey guys, happy Monday. I usually film podcasts on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but hey, I was up on this Monday and, I really just felt the urge to just do this bonus episode. So, um, clearly it needed to be heard. And if this resonates with you, honestly, it would mean so much to me to hear from you, your feedback, and like if it actually hit for you. And even if it didn't, if it just leaves a little bit of insight, a little bit of a perspective shift, I'm grateful for that. So thank you for being here with me today. If you hear the notifications go off in the background, that is WhatsApp. That's just, my clients and all of us chit chatting. So you could just ignore that. Um, Unfortunately, I can't mute it. But today I really wanted to talk about, I actually wrote down an entire page of basically what I feel is a channeled message from the universe, God, right? What I mean by that is, when God speaks to you, right? Like I felt like this needed, I kind of asked, honestly, like I just sat and I was like, universe, God, what does my audience need to hear today? What do they need to hear? And this came through. So I'm going to read it out for you. And it's basically about being so hard on yourself. Like if you find that you're the type of person that is just really harsh on yourself, maybe you're a perfectionist, maybe you do one thing wrong and you just get so down on yourself, or, maybe things don't turn out your way and you just get really negative and kind of spiral and get in a bad headspace. Or maybe you self-sabotage at the first sign of like discomfort or like things not being absolutely perfect. You just lose all motivation because you're just discouraged. You feel defeated at like this, the littlest things, right? Maybe you miss a day at the gym, so you like miss the whole week. Or maybe you gain like 2 pounds on the scale, which is totally normal. So then you completely sabotage and like restrict and then overeat at night. Or maybe like, you mess up on something and you just talk down to yourself. This is for you. So I have here, why must you be so hard on yourself? Who taught you to be so harsh? You've been so stuck to who you've been, you forgot who you truly are, where you come from. And that is from the Most High, light, love. This vessel you've borrowed is not yours to keep, but it is the home that you live in every day. How does your home look? Is it a safe space? Is it loving, forgiving, clear? It does nothing for you to be harsh. There is nothing from your past that is in your control. It means everything to be kind to the woman you see in the mirror, or the man. You will only receive what you're ready to. It's time to love you. Okay? That's a little page that I wrote here. And my favorite line is, who taught you to be so harsh? Because when we come out the womb, we are perfect, pure, innocent energy, right? And then we start to grow up and, in our childhood, and we're experiencing all these projections from other adults and human beings, right? If you were to think about your parents, if you were to think about the adults in your life, the people in your life growing up, what were the things that they told you? Because they're projecting all these ideas and things onto you. And what you're actually doing at this young age, what we're actually doing is we're forming identities based off of what we're told or the standard that we're upheld to, right? So if you're the child of an immigrant father, right, who's super perfectionist, high achiever, things must be done this way. You kind of feel like you have to, show a lot of achievement for that, not necessarily love, but attention or positive reinforcement, right? Everybody's grown up in different ways. So I could go on here, right? But look at the people in your life as you're growing up and forming your identity. What were the projections that what were the things that were projected onto you, right? It could be anything. The word project, by the way, basically means, if you think of a projector, right? Like, like what a projector is, right? Like in school, they put in a projector, like you want to put a movie on a projector, right? It's basically like this thing projecting onto the screen. It's projecting a movie, or, whatever is on the little thingamabob. It's projecting that with light onto the screen. So you want to think of like our own beliefs or things that we say to other people as us projecting or putting onto that person what we believe. We're basically forecasting onto them our beliefs, our perceptions around life based on our own identities that we've built. Okay. And, a big part of us doing that is to protect our belief systems, right? So you may have heard growing up that money doesn't grow on trees. So now you believe that money doesn't grow on trees and money is scarce. Maybe you were always told certain things about your body or things around eating, right? Maybe you're always told you were so skinny, you needed to eat. Maybe you were always told that you need to eat less, right? This may trigger you guys, and it's going to bring up those feelings, but that's okay. That's normal, right? It's for you to identify that this is not a part of you. This is not actually you. This is what has been projected onto you. So as simply as it's been projected onto you and you've taken it in, you can release it. And you do have that power. Okay? Being harsh on yourself, struggling to give yourself that love and that kindness that you can so easily give to your child or your best friend, comes from a feeling of not being deserving of it, not being worthy of it. And all of us, everyone struggles with this. You're not alone. Why do you think I'm making this podcast? Okay? You were born worthy. You were born worthy. And we were taught conditional love growing up in society. You will be loved if you look like this. You will be loved if your body looks like this. You will be loved if you have the money and if you have this projected life that society tells us that we'll be happy when we reach. I'll tell you right fucking now, your happiness is not in that life. It's actually here right the fuck now. It's in your ability to provide yourself inner peace within the home that you live in on a daily fucking basis. I have friends who are millionaires, okay? And the reason I'm fucking saying that is because they themselves have literally told me that they have achieved the financial goals of life that they have on their Pinterest board and have still felt so empty, like something's fucking missing. And it's that love that you are struggling to give yourself. You feel like when you get these things, when you achieve these things, that it will replace that, and it will temporarily. But if you are not cultivating that love and that patience within yourself, it doesn't matter what material things you create in your life, you will still feel like something's missing. Even if it's your weight, right? Let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. You feel like, I'm just going to be so much happier when you lose 20 pounds. Yes, you will be fucking happier, but then you will find something else. And then you will feel like you need to lose more weight. It's not enough. And you may sit there and be like, no, I don't feel that way. I feel like I've literally been there and I see it all the time. If you don't have that self-acceptance, that forgiveness, that ability to give yourself grace when you fuck up, when you fall off again, when you don't show up for yourself again. And here's the thing, guys. It's normal to feel guilty if you don't do what you're going to say you're going to do because you know it's going to make you feel better. Because you're actually not in alignment with what your soul really needs and desires. And take that with a grain of salt, because you could put that towards anything, right? And it could, what I'm trying to say here is that if you know that staying up till 2 a.m. feels really good in the moment, but then you wake up the next day, your entire day's groggy, you feel misaligned, you're scrolling more on TikTok more often, you feel overstimulated, you feel anxious, you feel stressed, work's fucking shitty, one thing after another, you're worried about money, you're worried about this, you're worried about that. And then you feel guilty, like, fuck, like I should have just done this. I suck, right? That's then when the negative talk starts to spiral. But a part of you feels guilty because you care. You care. You care, which means you already have that love for yourself. You're disappointed in yourself, right? And that initial sense of, damn, that didn't feel too good is fine. But from that point on, you have two decisions. You have two routes you can go down in your mindset, in your thought process, in the stories that you tell yourself, right? And it may feel more easy to go down the negative route because that's what you've been used to. But you have one route, you have two routes you can go down. Let's say you fall off track or you fuck up or whatever it is. Let's just say it makes you feel guilty. Instead of being like, you could be like, I suck. I'm never going to get to where I want to be. Oh my God, la, 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 and literally make it a huge dramatic moment. And, literally just that will be your reality. Or you go, you know what? Looking at this objectively, if I'm being really fucking real with myself for a second, that didn't feel too good doing XYZ. Okay. And I'm not talking about you had a fucking slice of pizza. I'm talking about you really wanted to go to, you really wanted to meal prep and you decided to just stay on the couch instead. And now you're not prepared for the week, right? Food guilt is completely different. I'm talking about like, you're not taking the action that's in alignment with what you truly desire. You're giving into instant gratification over delayed gratification. Okay. That's what I'm talking about there. You could go, listen, okay, if you're radically honest with yourself, you take responsibility for your actions because you're an adult, right? You're an adult. We're all adults here, right? And you go, what habits are possibly leading me to not feel my best right now? And you go, I've been on TikTok for the past 2 hours. I'm really not prioritizing myself, and that's causing me to give on an empty cup. I am on 0 right now, and I am still giving to everybody else, and I'm feeling resentful as fuck. So my non-negotiables, it's a non-negotiable to put myself first now. It's a non-negotiable to commit to these actions that are going to help me feel my best. Because I know that, it feels a little like, oh my God, like, like I'm having to drag myself a little bit. But damn, I feel so fucking good when I do stay consistent with these habits. It feels so good when I do tell myself, hey, it's okay. It's okay. We messed up. We're not perfect. And I'm not expecting perfection from myself because I know that it's a part of the learning process. And that's okay. It's okay. And I promise you, and you can, like, if you're one of our clients right now, you know this, from learning through the process that, it's such a freeing feeling to just allow that for yourself, to not bully yourself. Those are the two routes, guys. You can either break yourself down with your language and your thought processes, or you can build yourself up. And if you don't feel like you're worthy of being built up, you feel like you deserve to be beat down, that you were taught that. You were taught that, and the same way you were taught that, you can unlearn that. How do I unlearn it then? How do I unlearn it? Because I'm tired of living this way. I'm tired of talking to myself like this. I just want to be a happy, normal person. How can I do this? Honestly, the answer is that you're going to have to go on a journey of deep diving into your soul. And that can be scary and intimidating. Sometimes you want to see what's in there. It feels too much. But doesn't it feel just as worse ignoring it? Like, truly, choose your hard. Choose your difficult. Because sometimes you're just more comfortable with the way you've been living. And this new way of living, of doing the inner work and, actually taking a flashlight and going into your soul and being like, where did this shit come from? Where did I learn it from? And how can I, unlearn that and provide myself that love, right? How can I start taking care of myself more? How can I start taking care of more of my space? And I know sometimes, guys, when we're really in dark places, we don't even have the energy for just that. So like, where can you allow yourself to feel the way that you're feeling. I know, like, that's a very controversial way to think about it, I think. But like, when you're depressed, maybe your spirit just needs deep rest, right? I quoted that from Jim Carrey. He like said that shit. And I was like, damn, that's so true. Because what we think is, oh, I'm not being productive. Like, you're depressed right now and you're thinking about, oh my God, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And it's literally driving you into a deeper depression. Like, what if you just put on some meditation music while you were depressed and just let yourself actually, let your spirit do its thing and wake up renewed? Ask for that. The more we resist the way that we're feeling and we feel like it's a bad thing and we feel like this, the worse you're going to feel, because you're judging the way you're feeling. You feel like it's bad. You feel like you shouldn't feel like this. You should feel like that. And I know it can be tiring sometimes. Trust me, I fucking know. I've been there where I was just like, oh my God, I just want to stop feeling like this. But sometimes you just got to let it go through the motions and surrender. But talking down to yourself is not going to help. Okay? You were taught that and you can unlearn it. That's pretty much it, guys. That felt so good to just share. Again, if this really resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts, your takeaways. Thank you for being here with me today. And I love you. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.